And howdy, folks. Welcome to Jackson's International Port Moresby here in Papua New Guinea. We've been here before many times, actually, but haven't been here in the Turbo Otter very often. In fact, I think I've been here once is all in the Turbo Otter, and thought this afternoon would be kind of a fun trip to head back here. We've set the time slider for dawn. We bumped it up. It's about 4 in the morning there, I believe, normal time. So we just nudged it forward a couple of hours so we can catch some dawn, early morning light. And as you can see, the weather, it may be a little bit tricky, but yeah, we're going to see what we can find up there in those Papua New Guinea highlands. Let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how we do here. It's been a little while. This vFlyteAir DHC4 Turbo Otter is the plane of the day, and I may jump over into the Pilatus PC6. Been having a lot of fun with that plane as well, but I just haven't been in this plane as much as I initially had hoped. I picked it up right before the Turbo Otter, or excuse me, before the Porter came out, and then once the Porter came out, of course, I had to jump over there and mess around with it for a little while. But yeah, definitely like this plane as well. vFlyteAir just kind of quietly just keeps cranking out great aircraft. I know this is not a new aircraft, but it did have a new update a little while ago, and yeah, they've done just a really nice job. Yeah, downwind sim we're catching some early morning. It's dawn here in the Papua New Guinea highlands, and so we're going to get things going and see how we do. Um, Downwind sim working on a little side project as always. The squirrel is on the loose, and he's working on something really cool. I won't give it away, but let's see here. Um, let's check our fuel, and I have no idea. Oh yeah, we've got 2 hours. We're just going to do the usual, just kind of the out and back kind of deal, and try to find a couple of. It's done. Okay, well, you share the link with me, and I'll install and have fun. If you want to spawn in here and join me, you can as well. In fact, I will. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Take this text here real fast. I will be over on my voice server if you want to pop in, and we can chit chat about this as we go. So, um, oh, updating the Kodi. Oh, I didn't know there was a version 2.1. Holy Moses. Okay, well, if you're working on that, go ahead. So it's something for the Kodiak, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, parking brake is hard to see because it's dark. It's right there. It is set. All my power levers and stuff are idle. Propeller lever goes full forward. Turn the master switch. I'm gonna have to zoom in here and see. Master switch coming on. Nav light will turn on. Actually, we should have the beacon on, not the nav light. Let me change that here on my checklist. Check the boost pump and see how we're doing fuel pressure wise. Boost pump 2 coming on. Yep, we're getting good fuel pressure there. And And boost pump 1. That looks good. We'll leave that going. We're going to turn the ignition on. We're going to turn the, do I turn the P3 heater on right now? Yes, I do. P3 heater, oh, that's already on. Okay, I got left on. And then the tricky part, I got to hold the starter and then increase the condition lever when we get above 12%. I need some internal lights is what I really need here. What do I have? Do I have any internal lights in this plane? Could have swore I had something. I could be thinking about the Beaver also. Instrument lights, there we go. That'll help. That'll help. I think we can get rid of the nav flashlight now. Alright, so we're looking for, what did I say, 12% NG. And this is one of those push and hold things. Things are spinning up. Introduce some fuel. And I think we have a good start. We'll keep our eyes on everything up here, just make sure nothing goes crazy. RPM's coming up nicely. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I can turn the starter and the ignition back off. Oops, that's already off. Sorry about that. Close those guards. Go ahead and close the heater guard as well. And sync the compass. And we'll get ready to fly. What's the weather doing here? Surface winds, not much. Kind of out of the north at 3 knots, 297.7. It's this business here, scattered at 900. That's gonna be the tricky part. May limit what we're able to find up there today. 297.7, we can put that in. And get ready to go here. 297.7, I think that looks pretty close. Let's turn the radios on. Maybe. Maybe I have an avionics switch over here that I have not got turned on. Oh yeah, nav master needs to come on first. There we go. We'll be on Unicom 2280, and we will be making use of the Jackson's International VOR 117.0. That's kind of what we'll base all of our direction of flight off of, and kind of have our first group of airfields on a 058 radial out at about 26 or so miles. So we'll set all that good stuff here. 058. And 1, 2. And then. Alright, that's on there. We'll just kind of keep our eyes peeled there. Let's go Go to standby. What are we squawking here? Squawking Charlie. That's good. That's what we need. Or sorry, squawking VFR. Not squawking Charlie quite yet. All right. Hey, we're starting to get a little bit of daylight here. So we need to depart to the north. The runways here at Jackson's are kind of, one of them goes to the northeast. It's like runway 14. Does that sound right? Gosh, I don't even know. Yeah, we'll get out there and figure it out. Yeah. All right, that looks good. Let's put some more lights on here and get going. Turn the nav lights on. Looks like I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have taxi lights. I have to go straight up landing lights. And I don't need any of this on. Is my, yep, my ground steering is on. Tail wheel lock there. And I think that should work. Which way can I go where I don't have, there's something over there. I think I could make that turn. Let's give it a try. Out we go. Yeah, you're hitting the nail on the head, I think, there, Downwind Sim. It might be a little bit tough getting out there. But if that's the case, then so be it. We'll just we'll do what we can and get back in here to Jackson's, Port Moresby, and that'll be okay. It's just a matter of getting a little bit of time in this plane. At least for me, I have not flown it a lot. You're the one. Downwind Sim is the one that actually encouraged me to pick up this plane because he thought I might enjoy it, and he was right. It's a great plane for what I like to do. Alright, let's call it good for a second here. And there's a little bit of a ground run up. Power lever's idle. I need to check the oil PSI and make sure I'm above 85. Yep, I'm up there in the green. And my temperature is above 0 there, so that's also good. Okay, we'll feather one time and unfeather, and then we will crank up the RPMs to 21. What do I want? 2155. That's going to have to be pretty close. Supposed to keep my eye on the RPMs and flip the prop governor test switch. Yeah, we get a little drop, but it stays in the green, so that's good. And that's kind of where we're at. Let's turn the strobes on. And flaps are set. We're going to be departing, making a right-hand departure here. Again, trying to head about 060 and climb up, I guess, as tall as we can to get over the hills, but not get into the clouds. So, at Port Moresby traffic, Otter, November 11816. We're departing runway 32, VFR to the northwest, Jackson's. We've got a rotation speed of somewhere around 80 in this bird. It's just an absolute beast. We may be flying sooner than that. Tails up. There's 60, 65. Oh yeah, we're up. We're up and at them. Okay, let's make that turn. Maybe the sun will burn off a little bit of this haze. Oh, it's looking sketchy. Very, very rough over there. Wow. Looks like there's a fairly hard ceiling here, not too much higher than where we're at, but the bigger concern might be the little ground mist. That's where it could be quite tricky. And all of a sudden, all kinds of text messages. We'll reply to that a little bit later. There's 1,500 feet. There's IMC. Here's a coordinated turn. Back to where we came from. Well, not a very coordinated turn here, but I'm going away from the hills. That's the important thing here. Don't want to lose out. There we go. All right. Okay, so 2,000 foot is my cloud level, apparently. So I'm going to descend down here. Let's see if we can do something here at 1,500. I don't mind playing the weather game a little bit here. It's part of the challenge. The other thing that this has going for it, oops, hey Port Moresby, how are ya? We may be back. The other thing this plane has that is nice is really an ability to climb, and climb in a hurry. So if we do get ourselves in a pickle here, if we can get ourselves up above 10,000 feet and a decent, rate, and we're going to be above all the mountains around here. Excuse me. All right, well, here we go. And 1,200, and again, we're kind of trying to find this little valley right here. shall see. I was just about to make an adjustment. I don't know if I can adjust the sound here or not. Hopefully that's not too loud. I like the engine sounds, but want to make sure that it doesn't overwhelm the stream here. Trailder, how are you, man? Had to go a little bit earlier today. Sorry about that. I've got a work commitment that is interrupting my regular stream schedule tonight, and but I wanted to get out. Been working way too hard for being on vacation. I'm supposed to be on a 2-week vacation, and I'm just doing nothing but work. So I thought, what would be more fun than getting lost in the clouds in Papua New Guinea? Nope, it's, well, a little bit of that, you know, but that's not been too bad. It's been real work stuff. But can't complain. I work in education, and we have more days off than almost any other job field, so can't complain if I've got to do a little bit of work during my summer. Actually, the dirty little truth about teachers is that most of them don't take the summers off. They end up doing a lot of work within the district, or they many of them have second jobs. They just go out and spend some time doing something a little bit different, you know, doing something hands-on. It's amazing how many teachers spend time in the summer, you know, building houses and working on ranches and stuff like that. Yeah. Doesn't do any good to complain, does it? It's good to work. It's good to have a job. I mean, and that's the other thing is, guys shouldn't be complaining too much. What do I teach? Well, actually, I'm a coordinator. I'm the director of a virtual academy for our district. So kind of like a principal for the virtual school. But I've done a lot of different things, Trailer. For over the years, I've taught and coached just about everything you can. Spent the majority of my time teaching math. So, hey, Black Fox. Hello, hello. All right, you're going to do more work too. Well, hey, that's the theme today, I guess, is work, flying around work. And this is where we got into a little bit of issues here. As you can see, left and right is bad, so if we get into the mist, we're not going to do a coordinated turn until we climb quite a ways. How far out are we here already? Oh, it's not even showing. Why is it not showing? What's going on with my DME here? What's going on here, my friend? There we go. 9 miles out. Yeah, I got a ways to go yet. Yeah, I liked middle school, and I was a middle school principal before I got this current position, and I enjoyed that. They're my people. That doesn't look bad that way. Hey, Black Box, thanks for the host, man. Appreciate it. We ran into a serious cloud layer at 2,000 feet just a little while ago. So I'm just inching it up here. We need just enough altitude to climb over this ridge here at our 11 o'clock. I'm hoping we can get there. Looks like it's clear this direction. If I run into problems, I'm going to climb, and I'm going to turn 150 until I'm out of Dutch here. At this point, I could even climb and head south. Get back down around the coast. All right, we're going to try to get up and over this ridge. If we can get over this ridge, we'll know if the cloud layer is still an issue or not. All right, Black Fox. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for the host. And yeah, chat with you on over on the cord, as the kids would say. We're a little bit farther east also than we had planned. We're supposed to be on a 060. I wonder if I could turn and head that way. Man, it looks thicker up that way. Up there we go. All right, there's our mist. Okay, so power up. Yep, we're just gonna gently climb here to the south. And there's not too much. There actually is a field over here. There's a field. Maybe we'll go try to find this field. There is Doro Bicero. It's the longest one. It's at on 085 heading. It's 42 miles away. I wonder if it's any better over. It doesn't look much better over there, does it? A little more clear right here, but back where we want to go, it's pretty well socked in. All right, let's just turn around. Let's just take one more look at that. Maybe there's a way we can sneak in kind of through one of the other valleys here. But the problem is, stay below these thick clouds here, that's one thing, but if you are down in the valley and you run into that fog, that's a whole other deal. Hurts your pride for a minute or two. Yeah, it's definitely not something I think you'd be trying in real life. Well, let's do some ridge hopping here. We're going kind of north, still roughly toward where we want to be, kind of on a little bit of a perpendicular here. So as you can see, the radial is kind of swinging off to the right just a little bit. But we've got to get, the problem with being over here is we've got to be able to get over, there's a ridge line there that is every bit of 3,000. We have to be able to get over that to get into where we're going. Unless I can see a way, and I guess we can look here. There's a second valley. Oh, yeah, that's not good. All right, time to climb. Up we go. Climb, return to the west. Up and out. May just be out of luck here, guys. Don't descend. Keep the climb. Keep the climb. There we go. Yeah, that's just I just think that's going to be a no-go. So let's, we've got a plan B here. Let's see if we can go to the one that's clear off to the east here. I want to make sure I'm going to avoid this ridge. Probably going to be back up in the mist here in just a second. Now we're gonna aim 210. We'll be all right. Let's see if we can go find Turbo Otter. That's on a 085, so almost due east of Port Moresby. Let's spin that guy around. 085. And let's turn ourselves. Clear terrain here. I think so. Not by much, but yeah, let's start heading kind of in that easterly direction ourselves. The clouds and fog and all that look to be a little bit better to the east. We'll go that way and at least for a little while check it out. This airfield is 42 miles from Port Moresby. Well, I say that, and that stuff looks like it's kind of closing in on us, so we'll maybe pick a more of a 120 heading for now. We can pick up some airspeed here. Downwind Sim, do you know, does this have the noise canceling headphones on it? If not, we're just going to do this. Let's just pull this down a little bit here. There we go. Oh, you do? Okay. Over the left shoulder. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's a double combination of me turning the overall volume down, and that might honestly be a little too much now. There we go. Happy medium. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to kind of dodge terrain and clouds as best we can. Trailder, are you hunting wabbits? How's Elmer Fudd going to hunt rabbits now? Alright, let's get the airspeed up here. We can do, I don't know, between 140 and 160 in this bad boy. Hey man, we grew up on that stuff. I think we turned out okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I should have locked the tail wheel steering. Yeah, Looney Tunes, man, that was the greatest hour of TV all week for me, and that was like, you know, just a Saturday morning thing. If you slept in, if you weren't up at 7 o'clock at Saturday or on Saturday at my house, you missed cartoons for the whole week. And all right, this is a looks like about a 1,000 foot airstrip. No, 3,600. Maybe we're going to Maranomo. Yeah, we're heading out here somewhere. What, is it Maranomo? Is that out here also? Maranomo? I don't see that one. Turbo Otter. Yeah. We may get shut out of that as well. I mean, it's hard to tell Maybe we'll climb up and see if we can find any holes. Just try to spiral down. I don't know if the Harbor Air livery is the most appropriate there, but are you talking about in the plane itself, or are you talking about with your little project that you're working on? Oh no. Uh, uh, that's terrible news. Hmm. That stinks. I think we have the ability, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have the ability to fly a, yeah. Let's see if we can do that. I haven't tried that in this plane. How well does this work? We fly the nav. Whoops. Nav. Nav. where are you, Nav? Alright, where are you, Nav? Nav. There we go. Let's lock our altitude in right here at 83. That's plenty high. Can we fly that radial? Ah, yes we can. Very good, very good. So, alright, we're up high enough that we're going to be missing most of the terrain. And we need to be going out here 42 miles, and we're about 19 out, 18 and a half out right now. And I think actually what I'm going to do is let's climb a little bit higher. How do I do that? Can I just do just nudge that up? Will that pitch me up automatically? Every airplane's just a little bit different. There we go. Let's climb here. And let's set this for like 10.5. I feel like if we're at 10,500, then that's probably going to be plenty for terrain. Be sure to set the barometer on the autopilot. Excellent call, my good man. What were we at here? We were at 2977. Yeah, I would have missed that. I would have forgotten about that. All right, there we go. Alt arm, just like the Kodiak, or like the Beaver. Separate barrows, separate altimeters. Good to have redundancy, but it is a little bit frustrating when you don't know why your altitude's not reading right. Do I have to do... Okay. I am... Looks like I'm on the center tank right now. And... So... Alright. And I have to do a fuel transfer. You don't switch... If I remember right, you don't switch tanks here. You transfer fuel. Yeah, I'm gonna have to refresh my memory on that. Let's see, what does the reference say? It doesn't say anything about that right now. Okay, here we go. Fuel transfer. Forward tank if CG is forward alt tank okay. Oh, I have the boost bump on right now. I don't need to have the boost bump on. Something else I should have turned off. Okay, I don't remember. The fuel system's a little bit funky. Alright, where are you? User's guide. User's guide. I'll find it here quickly. I will have to just roll with it. Fuel system, there we go. Hey, I think this might be our valley here, and it looks like it's maybe clear enough to land. Alright, very good. Okay, once we land, then I'll take a look. I've got the page pulled up. It gives me the fuel system overview, and we'll do any fuel transfers that we need here. 26 miles, okay, yep, we're within about 16 miles or so. I think that might be our valley. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be very cool. It even looks like it's clearing up a little bit to our west. And maybe we'll swing back by that way and just see. There's a couple of strips that are up a little bit higher that maybe we'd be able to get to. Maybe. All right, Downwind. Take it easy, man. So these sceneries, by the way, not Jackson's International, but the ones that we're flying into, these little bush sceneries, if you're watching for the first time, these are actually created by Downwind Sim. What you looking for there, lady? You're, is that a different control? Oh. This one here? Oh. Alright, well come get me if you can't find her, if you need help. May have to pause for a second, provide some tech support. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So anyway, Downwind Sim, he's got a couple of irons in the fire, and this is a payware package that he's developing for the Papua New Guinea area, and he's actually, oh man, I think he's well over 20 different airstrips that he's made here, and I say we, he's still working the kinks out of them, and I like to come up and just fly them as often as I can, because every time you know how it is, every time you fly them, you find something different that could be adjusted or modified or improved on. And so I'm lucky in that regard that he lets me beta test, or maybe it's alpha test, but anyway, it's fun. He's a very good developer and a good friend as well, generous guy, and you're going to enjoy once we get these sceneries. There I go saying we. Once he gets the sceneries wrapped up, you're going to enjoy the heck out of them. They're similar. If you're a P3D person and you've seen the Orbix airstrips, they're in that kind of same theme. And so if you don't know what that is and you're a P3D person, you need to go and look at the AYPY, the Jackson's International package that they have there. It contains, oh heck, a good 10 or 12 bush strips, and it's right up here in this same neck of the woods actually. Just all kinds of fun. Alright guys, we're on the we're on the radial, and I'm really hoping that this valley is the one we need. It seems like it is. We are 36 miles, so we still have approximately 6 miles to go. I may be just way too high to see anything here. However, the visibility does look promising. So we're gonna fly up this valley and see what there is to see. See if we get lucky here. It seems like it's right up at the top of that little draw. I can't be 100% positive. I'm gonna have to probably do maybe a second loop to get in here. This area has it's interesting because you you have to do a go around pretty early, as you can see, because there's just no way out. So if you're not liking what you're seeing, it's like right in here in just a little bit is when you sort of declare if you're going or not going. So this airfield I think is right about 3,000. So we're going to go ahead and level off here at 4. And let's get our speed figured out. This is one of those ranges in Papua New Guinea trail. There honestly I don't know the terrain as far as by name very well, but if you look at the area that's kind of to the northeast of Port Moresby, that's basically where we're at. We're just about 40 miles northeast of Port Moresby. Now, I don't think we're over there because we're still pretty well on the radial. Yeah, I think we're okay. 40, yeah, well, maybe not. We should be on it right now, and I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I'm gonna increase some throttle here because I'm gonna have to climb out. Oh boy. And there, my friends, is a very, very bad time to auto update. Weather. Wow. Terrible. I'm high enough, I think, that I can go ahead and we're going to go full go and get the heck out of here. Yikes. Boy, that came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. That was bad. That was very bad. We're going to get in it again here, so we're just going to keep climbing and just get the heck out of here. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna be picking some pine needles out of my tires. Okay, well that's not really fair, Active Sky. You can't like lure me in with blue skies and then toss up a big white blanket at the last minute. But okay, well, we're not going back in there if this is the cloud layer. We're just going to keep climbing and basically just get out of Dodge. And we're well above the terrain now since we're heading. Yeah, I want to be heading more west. Yeah, we got to get going more south. North is higher terrain and south is lower terrain. So we want to let's get going to the south here and just get the heck out of trouble. Just climb up and over this and okay. Nice and easy. 7,000. We're above everything probably already, but we're going to just get heading generally south, and I think maybe we just have to admit defeat here and just head back to Port Moresby. Kind of hate to do that, but you know, that might be our only option. All right, what can we do here? Heading. Let's try this. Heading mode. Nope. Autopilot heading mode. And all right, on our way out to the south, climbing. Yeah, that's a real bummer. But that is just like, that's impassable. That's, you can't even find a little hole to spiral down and try to fly towards. So bummer. Okay, well, back towards the southwest then, and I guess what we'll do is just head back to Port Moresby, and as we're flying that direction, we will if it looks like maybe there's a little bit of an opening, then we'll hit it. All right, there's westbound. Let's engage the nav. Again, if for no other reason that I don't ever use this autopilot, I don't know how good it is. Nav. Why is it not letting me do nav? I must not be on an intercept course. Very strange. Okay, now we should be. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's get up here 1,000 feet per minute and get up to 10,500. My altitude's set. No, it is not. Arm the altitude. There we go. Well, yeah. Doggone it. Sometimes that's the way it goes around these parts. Even that stuff off to the west that sort of looked a little bit more hospitable now all of a sudden does not. This could get really interesting if we end up with IMC conditions. Oh, where am I going? If we end up with IMC conditions around Port Moresby. Gosh, I wonder if I could shoot. I have the ability to shoot an ILS approach. I don't know. What would the ILS be to Port Moresby? I better take a look at that just in case I need it. Let's pull this up. I'm going to have to pull up my Navigraph since we're outside of the US. And let's do a new flight. Oh, I had something in there I think already. AYPY. Yeah, June 16th. All right, so it's not been too long, I guess. Let's see what we have for approaches. There we go. We have a VOR approach 14 left, an ILS runway 14 left. ILS 32 right. I think the 14 left is what we need here. Can I show the chart? There we go. Alright, so this is a back course approach, so we will go direct Port Moresby. And we'll head out on a 322 heading. Fly a little procedure turn and come back in and grab that 14 left localizer. That ILS frequency is 110.1 and the course is 142. Okay, we'll have that in our back pocket in case we need it. 110.1. And we'll put the course in as we get a little bit closer. We are inbound at just a little under 29 miles. And again, we're keeping our fingers crossed here that we actually will be able to get back to the airfield. Decision height, by the way, in case you're wondering, is what? Decision height is 450. So we have, somebody else, JPC, Jet Pilot Cinnamon, thanks for the host. How are you, sir? Welcome to cloudy Papua New Guinea, where we have not had any luck finding any airfields today. We thought we maybe had the bead on one of them, and then the clouds swallowed us up. So we're getting the heck out of here. That's kind of what we're looking at. And we sort of get lured in a little bit, you know. We kind of like, we see a few little spots that look like they might be kind of open, and then the next thing we know, whoops, it's a no-go. What am I doing here? So we're cutting our losses and heading back to Jackson's International. Hey, enjoying the sun. Very nice. Yeah, it's been kind of cloudy and rainy here all day. Sort of weird. Gotta keep my ears open here. All right, does look much better. Here's kind of where Port Moresby's at, so it does at least look like it's clear out that way. I never did get a chance to really look at my fuel transfer situation. My center tank is getting down kind of low. But I think I'll have enough fuel to make it back to Port Moresby. Yeah. I was hoping I could find a little hole somewhere just to kind of sneak down and at least grab one of these bush strips, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit better over there, but again, there's so much ground haze that you just don't know. You might get in, you might be in one little ravine and in good shape, and come around the corner and be in total whiteout. So it's just not safe. We're just going to have to haul everything back to base and try it again later. All right, that is a welcome sight for sure. Definitely, we're kind of over in this area here. We may pick up a little bit of this, but right now, do I have, if I can tune in on COM 2, maybe 2200, and see if I have an ATIS.
Alpha Yankee Papa Yankee Airport information Kilo 1900 Zulu weather wind 354 at 3 visibility 10,000 sky condition 1,000 scattered ceiling 1,100 broken temperature 25 dew point 25 QNH 1008 advise on initial contact. You have information Kilo.
Okay, the winds I think have shifted a little bit.
Alpha Yankee Papa Yankee airport information Kilo 1900 Zulu weather wind 354 at 3 visibility 10,000 sky condition 1000 scattered.
All right, so 11,000, or sorry, 1,100 for the ceilings there, which that's not bad because again the decision height was 450, so we'll be okay. But we do need to, instead of 1.4 left, if the winds are 350, we need to instead of landing to the south here. So we may be, yeah, it was only 3 knots, I guess. It's not like it's a huge deal, but we'll shoot the ILS 32 right instead. Let's look at the chart here. And a similar type of deal here. It looks like you fly in. Actually, no, this is a little different. You fly to Moresby, and you fly out on a 160, and then you intercept the 322 inbound. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Or is that the go around? No, that's the route because the go around's right here. Okay. Gotta miss the terrain, I'm assuming, is the main reason there. So, all right, well, so we'll go to hit the VOR, then you go to Teasum, and from Teasum you go out on a 160. Okay, approach course changed. The frequency also has changed. 109.5. All right, boys and girls. I think we can do that. 109.5. Actually, we'll leave that in there, just in case we get a last minute change of winds. 109.5 is in. 10 miles out. Probably time to start the descent. We do need to be at 4,000 at the VOR. Okay, let's pull this power back. Let's lose a little speed. We're going to pick it right back up as soon as we begin the descent. We'll do about 1,000 feet per minute. That ought to be just fine. We need to be losing 6,000 feet here in 10 miles or so. Well, now about 8 miles, so we may be just a hair high. But with all these mountains, I think better to be a little high than a little low at this point. What do I have for camera angles set up? I don't really have anything set up over here, do I? Set up this as that. Arm my altitude. Speed looks good. Again, just tracking that VOR all the way in. And when we get there, the one thing I'm going to have a hard time doing is I'm going to be tracking Moresby, and it wants me to turn, wants you to go to Teasum. Oh, that's part of the mist. Okay, I'm going to have to reread this. That's part of the mist approach is what it is. All right, so I could vector myself. I think I will. I think I will vector myself just kind of on a right-hand traffic pattern. Actually, no, I'm going to go through it, get out here over the water, and do a left-hand pattern. And yeah, because there's no procedure turn, there's no back course. All right, overfly the field, enter a left-hand downwind, and intercept that localizer on a 322 heading. Very good. We can do that. We can do that. And 4 miles from Moresby. We're going to get into the soup a little bit here, but again, our Our cloud layer stops at about 1,100, so we should be okay. And it looked like once we got out over the water, it was also, the visibility was a little bit better. But we will get down to 4,000, and then we need to be at 2,000 at our initial approach fix. I didn't show you that. So our initial approach fix is Charlie Foxtrot 32 Romeo. We need to be at 2,000, so we're at 4,000 as we get to the VOR, which is where we're crossing midfield, and then down to 2,000 for that initial fix. And that initial fix is 3.8, 8 point, about 8.5 miles out. Okay, circle the land. Could do a straight in if we wanted to. All right, let's do it. Into the soup we go. 2 miles out, I am going to go ahead and just bump it off nav mode and put it on heading mode. And then I'm going to spin my course around to 322. We're right over the top, I think, of the VOR, so we're getting actually no signal at all. That should pop back in here in just a second. And actually, no, it's not. There it is. Okay, so there's the localizer, and we're within a mile and a half, and now we're going away. So we've crossed midfield, and we'll get it out there, couple 2 or 3 miles. Well, I'm not going to go crazy here. And we'll turn on that downwind. All right, there's 5,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on the downwind. That'll get us roughly on the downwind, and at about 3 miles out, that's not too bad. All right, hey, I have ground contact. That's always a good thing. There's the town of Port Moresby. There's our airfield. All right, so we're in good shape. You may actually not fly this as a left-hand traffic pattern, probably because of noise abatement. They may tend to bring you in on the other side, but there is that hill, a little bit of terrain there that you have to deal with, and not so much on this side per se. At least I'm hoping. Well, it's hard to tell. The way the clouds are rendering, I'm like, is that a hill coming, or is that just the clouds? We're going to stop at 4,000, and yep. Crazy. Yep, I think we're okay here. Just kind of double checking my charts, though. You just, yeah, nothing above 1,080 on this side of the airport. So let's go ahead and spin it down to 2,000. That's our altitude for our initial fix. And we'll go down a little more gentle, kind of 700 feet per minute. Man, we're getting a little bit slow here. Like about between 80 and 100 on the descent there. Alright, getting out over the ocean. That's cool. Actually, I'm getting quite a ways away from where I need to be. I'm really extending this downwind a little bit, but just a little paranoid, I guess, about terrain. But now, obviously, we're out over the ocean, and so that's not so much of a concern. We've actually lost our localizer, so I need to go ahead and make that turn anyway and start getting ourselves coming back toward the field. Any chance I'll see it? Out there somewhere. Up that valley, I think. Yep, the lower we get, the better it gets. I actually think I'm going to just plot a course to intercept it here. And with any luck, we'll get down below all the muckety muck here. Got to get our localizer back, though. I kind of screwed that up by going too far out on the downwind. And the only way to get that back is to get back within range. We're only 3 miles out, though. That's not too bad. We're going to toss a notch of flaps in here. Whoa, and we're going to bubble just a little bit. Okay. And is that our airfield? Have I cut this thing too close? What? Yes, it is. I've cut this thing a little too close. All right. I didn't extend that downwind as far as I thought I did, guys. I'm going to keep the descent going here. Now, that's really strange that we've lost the localizer, though. That's odd. Very odd, very odd. All right, whoops, I don't want to go too far out here. There's the localizer. All right, this. All right, let's go back on the. There we go. I was going to say, if I just get a visual here, we'll be good to go. All right, coming off auto. We're going to make our turn. It's going to be UGLY, but we're going to see if we can make it happen. I might have to go around here. There's the glide slope. Where are you? There you are, runway. Oh boy, yep, I'm super high. Alright, we're going to go around. We're going to just get lined up though, and we could probably bush style this baby in there, but I don't think we will. Let's get lined up. Let's get everything squared away, and let's call it 1,000 feet. Yeah, Port Moresby traffic, Otter 816. We are overflying runway 32 right, and we're going to be flying a left-hand pattern, excuse me, right-hand pattern inbound for the ILS. Okay, let's try. Yeah, I think we could go right-hand pattern here and be just fine. We'll just fly it. We won't worry about the ILS. We'll just fly a visual pattern here. It's always good to get a little bit of pattern work anyway. Uh-oh, I hear the pitter-patter of junior first officer feet coming down the steps. All right, so we're on 3-2 right now, and we'll just set the heading bug as a little bit of a reference. At Port Moresby traffic, Otter 11816, right crosswind runway 32, Port Moresby. I'm going to stay down here fairly low and keep it pretty tight, pretty closed. Port Moresby traffic, Otter 816, right downwind, runway 32, 32 right, Port Moresby. Yeah, I need to be more specific, I guess, don't I? All right. There we go. There's that little hill we have to avoid. Second notch of flaps coming in. And get things trimmed out here. Whoops, I'm sneaking into my runway just a little bit. There it is. Just a bit of a hazy, kind of rough visibility day down here in Papua New Guinea. Ref speed is about 70 in this plane. Just about out of fuel in that center tank. Port Moresby traffic, Otter 816, right base, runway 32 right, Port Moresby. I should have been losing a little bit of altitude here. Third notch, Port Moresby traffic, Otter 816, final 32 right. I'm going to guess we're just going to probably roll right into it, essentially here. There's the lights. And, yep, there we go. Oh, wrong runway. 32 left, that was a perfect rollout. Darn it. Okay. Alright, my landing lights are still on. There's a final notch of flaps are fully configured. Tail wheel is locked. I am still a bit high, but I have a nice long runway, so we're just going to go with it. Speed's not looking too bad. We're not going to dive down to it. We'll just let it come to us. Whoop, a bouncer. 315. That was, yep, the late flare definitely got us. This plane sits up a little higher than you think, and so the flare will get me from time to time. Alright, do I have a taxiway here? Yes, I do. And we will head into our GA area. Oh, let's turn the tail wheel steering back on. That'll be helpful. Tail wheel brake is on. Oh boy. What in the world is going on here? I have no tail wheel control. I'm free castering. What have I done? Oh. For a moment there, I just became the Sim Caesar channel. I was doing donuts. Okay, so yeah, note to self. So the up position is actually powered tail wheel steering. The middle position is tail wheel lock, and the down position apparently is free castering. Sim Caesar position. Okay, very cool. Live and learn. There's just a little excitement for you at the end of the stream. Since we weren't able to get to a bush strip, I thought I would just give you just a little something extra special there, Trail Door. And there's our spot, I think. Here I was worried about hitting the brakes and putting her on my nose, but at the end of the day, it was the G forces that got us. Well, all right, Papua New Guinea, you win this round. But we'll be back and probably be back in this very same plane or something equivalent. He's got a lot of cousins like the Kodiak and the Porter, and now I have an Islander that I can also bring in here. So we'll figure out something to do to have some fun and find some of these bush strips because it's just an awful fun little playground here, and like to get in here as often as we can. All right, here we go. Almost home. Seems like we were over here by these guys, weren't we? Somewhere. We'll take this line right here. All right, that looks good. Set the parking brake. Let's get everything that requires electricity turned off. Our lights are off. I should have probably turned the landing lights off a long time ago, darn it. Instrument lights. My flaps cleaned up. Yes, they are. Feather that out. What else do I have here? No boost pumps on. P3 heater comes off. And nav master off. Condition lever off. Let that guy spin down. And I did finally get that low fuel lever. I'm gonna have to look at that though. I don't remember. There's a procedure for transferring the. I mean, I think it's not that difficult, but I think you take it like you move it over and you take it from the front or the rear tank, and you just use the boost pump to help you out with that. But yeah, that was good that we didn't run out of fuel earlier because, from what I understand, um, if you even if you have full tanks of gas in the front and the aft, if you run out in the center tank, you're done. You're toast. Your engine cuts out, and it doesn't matter what you do. So that was probably a smart move to come back to Port Moresby. So all right, well guys, appreciate you again stopping by, hanging out on a Thursday afternoon. It was kind of fun doing a little afternoon flight. That doesn't happen very often. I am off until Saturday, and then I'm going to be attempting to take the Zibo 737 out of Newark. Excuse me. There's an event up there on Saturday called Get Out of Newark. We'll be in the Zibo 73. The next thing that I have going on actually is the GA Tuesday on the 30th, and there is an event in Sioux City that we're going to have the TBM 900 in. But I do want to point you out to an event coming up on Monday. I don't know if you know Slant Alpha Adventures, but he's having his second Twitch anniversary, and we've dubbed it the Slantiversary. And he's going to be flying um, from Casper, Wyoming to Edgemont, South Dakota, and then from Edgemont to Pierre, South Dakota. It's retracing one of his earliest flights that he ever streamed on Twitch. And so anyway, check out Slant Alpha Adventures on Twitch or on YouTube or on Discord, and you can get the information on that. Is it third anniversary? Maybe it is, Trail Door. It could very well be. but he's got an anniversary coming up, and he's going to celebrate it on the 29th. So go show the guy some love, show up, support, watch the stream, fly along with him, whatever. He's a great guy. He doesn't mind that. Um, but that's coming up on Monday, and then Thursday of next week actually is the 2nd of July. I don't have any plans right now, just because it's kind of getting to that 4th of July holiday deal. So I'll let you know if I have something in the works here at some point in time. But that's going to do it for me, Trail Door. Thank you so much for hanging out. A couple of lurkers in the background. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. JPC, thank you so much for the host. Downwind Sim, it was great to see you as well. Let's see, we had Black Fox hosted, and he stopped by early on today. And would like to thank him as well. It's good seeing you guys. Always good hanging out with friends on the stream. So I'm going to call it good right there. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday and an awesome weekend. And we'll see you here real